sense to you? If he's not Lord and he just was killed, why all of a sudden is there the evidence of the largest growth in a faith movement and the changing of lives right after his death? Especially given the fact that the disciples didn't really seem to understand what the heck he was talking about. They didn't understand the parables. They didn't understand what he was talking about. They didn't understand he was talking about a resurrection. So it makes no sense. That growth, and I'll get the details someday for you. That spreading, throughout Asia and Europe and North America, North Africa, and that insane growth makes no sense as a result of a failed mission. Number 3. The disciples are the least likely ones to have stolen the body so that there wouldn't be any bones to be found, because they were scared out of their wits of what the Roman government wanted to do to them as a result of their alignment with Christ, which they ended up observing in many of their own martyred deaths. So at the time, they were cowering in their houses, refusing to show any alliance with this mischievous king.
True that.
Number 4, the Shroud of Turin. There is no scientific explanation for artifact of its age with a ultraviolet image being I don't know what the right term is, but being printed on it. There is no scientific explanation for that. And scientists know how old the cloth is. Hello? People want proof, and those are 4 good reasons to suspect that Jesus is the central figure in human history.
Oh yeah, baby.
Those are good. Those are 4 good reasons. And 5th, you have thousands, millions of Christians since those days, the early spread of Christianity, for the last 2,000 years, peoples whose lives continue to be transformed almost instantaneously when they go from being desperate, no power, feeling hopeless, just crushed with the consequences of their life, now turn to to God and say, forgive me for my sins. I accept your Son as your gift to us, the Lamb slain before the foundation of the world. And their lives are magically transformed for many years until they start moving away from their initial faith experience. I mean, that's how it's been for me. When I became a Christian, I was transformed immediately. And slowly I kind of got into some other things and started questioning this and that, and the power of God was not so present in me, and it's more full of myself and my criticism and my just selfishness, and just not exhibiting the beauty that had touched me 35 years ago. But I can't not give witness to the power that overcame me just instantaneously, and just turning my attention to a Savior and the love of God to me, and just transforming my life so that I didn't care really about anything else, and everything else was fundamentally, like, the foundation of it was all just coming from that place of acknowledging the central place of Christ. And so many people, millions since his passing, have had the same experience. And you don't hear about that transformative, powerful, almost instantaneous experience people have had in other religions. I'm not saying that you can't find a Taoist somewhere who's going to be more laudatory in their behavior than any Christian you might be able to pick. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the transformative power of people in prison, destitute, having no power in their life, no reason to have power, to then be transformed in their conversion to Christianity, I think is more dramatic in a Christian conversion than any other. And even if you didn't want to compare it to other ones, just look at that itself. If Christianity was a lie and it's just foolishness, and the centrality of Christ is an error, how does somebody go from feeling powerless one moment to feeling invincible following their conversion? There's nothing in the human being in a destitute, depressed, desperate position for them to muster up invincibility, just the feeling of invincibility, other than a true infilling of divine spirit. So there's your 5.